Hey everybody, Cinema Sickness here with your daily sickness video. Today we're going to talk about something a little bit different. As you can see, we're going to talk about Frozen vs. Epcot, and some of you may already know where this video is headed. There's a lot of talk going on right now. And as you guys know, check the camera straight here. As you guys know, I am a big, not only fan of collecting cinema, but my other love, my other passion would be Walt Disney World. I am a huge Walt Disney World fan. I usually go every year. This year I will not be going because, well, I had a child and my wife, took off as long as she possibly could. She's basically saved up all her vacation days and sick days and all that stuff. Used them all so she could stay home as long as she possibly could with Cinema Sickness Jr. After he was born, and just all kinds of stuff like that. So I have the money, I have the time myself to take off, but she doesn't, and I certainly can't just leave her and the kid alone and head down to Disney or something like that. It's not going to happen. So won't be going this year, but we will be going next year. In fact, just yesterday, actually, I was going to say today, but it was actually very late last night, very late on Saturday night, like around maybe 11 o'clock at night. We actually already booked our trip for 2015. So our 2015 trip, Disney World, is officially booked. I think we leave September 30th and come back someday in October, something like that. We're going down for like 12 days, so gonna be a really cool time. So anyway, big Disney fan. Now, the big news is what was announced officially on September 12th, 2014 was that the Norway ride, Maelstrom, was going to be shut down on October 5th. And the reason why they're shutting that down is for a Frozen ride, an attraction based on the movie Frozen. My guess is due to what the announcement. The announcement was very brief. It didn't go into much detail on what was going to happen with the attraction. But from what I gathered, it's basically just going to be a typical Disney dark ride, like the new Little Mermaid ride or the Peter Pan ride or Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, stuff like that. Where it's just going to be you either, I don't know if they're going to keep it a log flume type ride or if you're going to be sitting in a car or something like that. But either way, you're just going to go through the ride and just see the adventures of the movie Frozen. That seems to be what I'm gathering. Now, a lot of people are up in arms about this because this isn't really a ride that people feel is meant for Epcot, which is where it's going. It's going in the Norway Pavilion, getting rid of the Maelstrom ride, and going in the Norway Pavilion, which, if you haven't been to Epcot's really cool when you first go in. There's Future World, which is all kinds of, futuristic technology and stuff like that, and history of technology. It's more of a smart park, a park based on, where we're going in the future, and technology, and some history, and stuff like that. And in the back is the World Showcase. The World Showcase is just built up of all these different countries. There's Norway, Japan, China, Canada, America, UK, Mexico, I think Morocco, Italy, France, and the list goes on. There's a whole bunch of countries back there. It's really cool, and each little section set up like the actual country, and it looks really neat. They actually took the time and effort to make these countries look pretty authentic, and it's really cool. And what's great about it is it showcases the history of these countries. You go to these countries and you get to learn about them. You get to learn about China. You get to learn about Japan. You get to learn about Mexico and Canada and all these countries. You get to actually learn about them and learn the culture. They have people from those countries actually working there, speaking the language, doing what they do, and it's really cool. Yes, it's Disney, so it's a little gimmicky, but it's done pretty well, and it really showcases the countries all pretty well. So people are pretty upset that they're building a Frozen ride, a ride based off the movie in Norway, since, yes, this movie is based around Norwegian culture, but it takes place in Arendelle. It's a fantasy world. It takes place in a fantasy world. Just because it's based on Norwegian culture doesn't necessarily make it, something historical. It's not a historical Norwegian film or anything like that. And the Maelstrom ride was it is a ride that took you and taught you all about the country of Norway. Talked about their history and their myths and their legend, and where they are, how they started with the Vikings and whatnot, and now, with their culture now, what they do now, drilling for oil and stuff like that. It tells you all about the culture of Norway. It's pretty cool, and you get to learn about the country. I learned that I have no interest in ever going to Norway. I know that sounds bad, but it just seems like a really cold, just desolate place. So I'm kind of like, I don't think I ever want to go to Norway, but it's a great ride. In fact, it's my second favorite favorite ride out of all the Disney parks, out of all 4 Disney parks. My second favorite ride, first favorite being the Haunted Mansion in Magic Kingdom, but my second favorite ride is Maelstrom, and a lot of people feel the same way. A lot of people, for a lot of people out there, that is their all-time favorite ride out of all the parks. It's a great ride. It's a log flume ride. It's really cool. There's trolls and stuff in it because you're learning about, again, like legends and stuff. It's really cool. There's one point you end up going like backwards in the log flume, and you go down like a hill. It's really, really cool. You don't really get wet or anything like that, but it's really, really cool, and I love the ride. Again, my second favorite ride. Always ride it over and over and over and over and over again when I'm at Epcot. So a lot of people are up in arms about this, saying it doesn't belong at Epcot, and I completely agree. I don't think this belongs at Epcot whatsoever. It takes away from the spirit of Epcot. However, something a lot of people aren't mentioning, I heard some people mention it, but a lot of people aren't mentioning this, is the fact that this isn't the first time Disney's done this to one of the pavilions. In the Mexico pavilion, they now have this 3 Caballeros ride inside the big Mayan temple, where it used to be a ride that showcased the history of Mexico. You learned all about the Mexican culture and the country of Mexico, while on this, there was another log flume ride on this boat ride. It was really cool. Then they just said, you know what, screw it, we don't care about the history of Mexico anymore. Let's just make it the 3 Caballeros, and Donald is, you know, trying to mac with all the senoritas, and all the wackiness and craziness ensues. It's a fun ride. I'm not saying it's not fun. I enjoy it, but it's not what it should be, and that's a shame. It's a real shame that Disney's kind of turning Epcot into Magic Kingdom 2, basically. And that's sad, because the Magic Kingdom is supposed to get, or I'm sorry, Epcot is supposed to all be, yes, so turning Epcot into Magic Kingdom 2. Epcot is supposed to be all about, again, new technologies and science and history and all kinds of stuff like that. It's the smart park. It's the park where the nerds go. It's the park that's supposed to make you learn and, you know, learn things and whatnot. And that is the way Epcot was meant to be, and what it should be. Where they're turning it into, again, the Magic Kingdom 2. They're adding all kinds of new, you know, fantasy type rides and stuff, and it's just really taking away from the spirit of Epcot, and that's a shame. And I kind of see why they're doing it, because Epcot doesn't really get the recognition from like little kids that they want. They want to bring in the families. They want to bring in the kids. They want to get more money, bring people into that park. You know, right now Magic Kingdom's huge. You know, all the kids want to go to Magic Kingdom. The kids don't really want to go to Epcot because they don't really want to learn and see history, and they don't want to walk around the World Showcase, which is quite a long walk. They don't want to walk all the way around and see all these countries. What do kids care about a bunch of different countries? They don't. But even though it's a park, maybe you could say for adults, it is a great park, and I love it. And the World Showcase is my all-time favorite part of all the Disney parks. My wife and I walk around the lagoon there over and over and over again, just walking around the great World Showcase, seeing all these fantastic countries, and I love it. I love that so much. And it's going to be a shame when I start seeing, you know, the park turn into Magic Kingdom 2. That's going to be a shame. And you know, they've already done with the Mexico ride. Now they're going to do it with the Norway section, and I'm kind of curious to see where things go from here. Are they going to keep doing this? And at this point, I say they might as well. If they're going to already turn Mexico and Norway into, you know, like a fantasy type ride situation, well, why not do it to the rest of the park? Because, and I know a lot of people are going to say, no, don't do it to the rest of the park, but you've already done it to 2 of the country pavilions. It kind of seems really weird now. It kind of makes the whole, it just seems, everything seems out of place now. Some of your countries have more fantasy type rides like you see at Magic Kingdom, where the other attractions at the other pavilions are more like historical. Things don't match now. It seems all over the place. So I kind of say that this is what Disney's doing. If Disney is not going to go back, and they're not going to change the Mexico ride back to telling you the history of Mexico, if they're not going to change the Norway ride back to the history telling you about Norway, they're going to make it some fantasy land, some fantasy ride for the little kids to go on, then you might as well just go all out. Do the rest of the countries. Make every country, you know, stick, you know, start sticking Mulan in there. Start sticking Aladdin in there. You know what? You want to know what make the fans really happy? It's going to piss fans off, but also make them happy at the same time. Put Mr. Toad's Wild Ride back, but not back in the Magic Kingdom. Stick it over in the UK section. That would be interesting. Fans are going to be pissed off that you're adding fantasy rides to Epcot, to the World Showcase, but you're bringing back a classic that a lot of fans are pissed is gone. So, you know, you're getting, you know, 50-50. I don't know. I say do that. So I'm curious to see where things go in the future. I'm curious to see maybe they go back, because sometimes Disney does that. Every now and then Disney does go back and they bring back classic attractions and bring back things the way they were originally meant to be shown. I want to see if someday Disney goes back and does that, brings the World Showcase back to what it should be, or if they're just going to go all out and say, the heck with it, we're going to turn this into a more fantasy kind of situation. We'll keep all the countries. You'll still be able to go to Mexico and Norway and Morocco and Italy and UK and Canada stuff, but now you get to go and have like a wacky fantasy adventure with your children. Kind of curious to see what they do. I think it's kind of a mistake to do that. What I really think they should have done is just overhauled Future World, which is the very like front section of Epcot. It needs it. Some of the rides are very outdated. Some of the rides are just closed. The whole great pavilion that they once had that just shut down. It's collecting dust now. They just use it for like banquets and like when they do special events and stuff. Open that back up. Make it something great again. Just really, they should have just overhauled Future World altogether and just just fixed it up. I mean, there's some great rides there. There really are some great rides and some great attractions there, but you can add more, you can make it better, you can make, you can make it more friendly to the kids if you want. I mean, let them learn, but in a fun sort of way, which Disney usually does. I think they should have done that and kept the World Showcase just what it is. It's a shame. Like I said, a lot of people are upset about this, including myself, since the Norway ride, the Maelstrom ride, was one of my all-time favorite rides at Disney. It's very sad to see it go. And what's up with Disney not giving us like any notice on this? It's not like they've been planning. Not like it's not like on the 12th they went, you know what? We're going to do this. Let's announce it right now. No, they've known about this for some time now. They know they're going to do this. They announced it on the 12th, closes on October 5th. That does not give people much time to go to the park and ride the ride one last time. It doesn't give people time to like book a trip down there. In fact, I was almost going to go down to ride it one last time. I actually talked to the wife, and the wife went, you know what? If you go down for the weekend, you can leave the kid with me. That's fine. She's like, you're not going down for a week or something. You're not leaving the kid with me for a week. But if you want to go down for like 3 days, a long weekend, go. You can leave the kid with me. So that's what I was actually thinking about doing that. Unfortunately, it turns out with my schedule and Disney, what's available for hotels and everything like that, and flights and all that stuff, I basically have to leave this coming Thursday. It's a little short notice. Can't do that. I was hoping I could leave the following week. If I could leave the following week, things would have worked out with my schedule and everything. Things would have been better. Also, my grandmother, I might have mentioned she was in the hospital. She's actually in a rehab center right now. She gets out on Thursday, so that's not going to work. And yeah, this week is bad. I cannot just pack up and leave for Disney this week. The following week, I probably could have. This week, no. So unfortunately, I'm not going to get to go down. I'm not going to get to ride Maelstrom one last time. It's a shame. It's very sad. I was really hoping I was going to get down there, even though I would have been paying, that's another thing, the money too. It's funny how like 3 days in Disney will cost me the same amount as going down for like 12 days. It's all because of, basically the longer you go down, the less stuff costs you, the less they charge you for things. So if you go down for like 2 weeks or 12 days or whatever, things don't cost you so much. Rooms is pretty cheap. Food's pretty cheap, tickets are cheap, all this stuff gets cheaper and cheaper and cheaper the longer you stay. They want you to stay as long as you possibly can, and everything gets less and less and less. So it actually ends up costing me the same amount to go down when we go down for 12 days that it would cost me to go for only 3, just because of the way prices work out. Kind of ridiculous. And I kind of hated the idea of spending all that money to go down for 3 days when, normally that money would be spent on 12 days in the park. If I was going down for 12 days, yeah, I'd throw that money right at Disney. Sure, take my money. I'm going out for 12 days. It's awesome. But 3 days is kind of like, that's a lot of money for 3 days. I don't know if I want to spend all that money on 3 days. Even though I get to ride Maelstrom one last time, that's a lot of money. So there was that as well. I didn't know if I really want to spend the money. It seemed kind of wrong. So yeah. So anyway, that's what I want to talk about today in today's Daily Sickness video. Just, it's something a little bit different. You guys know I love Disney. I'm a big fan. I love Frozen. Frozen was great, although I still think Tangled's a better movie. I think Tangled deserves the praise over Frozen, in my opinion. Frozen's good. I enjoyed it. Tangled's better. So yeah, you guys know I'm a big Disney fan. I want to just talk about the new Frozen ride. I gotta say though, I think the Frozen ride will be great. I'm certainly not going to deny that. Like I said, I like the Three Caballeros ride. It's good. It's not what it should be. I would love to see them get rid of it and go back to the History of Mexico ride, which I'm not even going to try to pronounce. It's like the Rio del, I don't know. It's something about Mexico. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of it. I don't speak Spanish very well. So I'd love for them to go back to that ride. sure, I enjoyed the ride. I want them to go back to the original. So yeah, will the Frozen ride be good? Sure, I'm sure it'll be great. It's Disney. Every attraction they do is great. So I'm sure the Frozen ride is going to be fantastic. I just don't think they should do it. At least not in Norway, at the Norway Pavilion. Don't do it there. What I would love to see, I think what's very cool is, as you guys may have seen, I think it's a special feature on here actually, when Disney was originally going to do the Matterhorn, it was supposed to be basically kind of like based off this story with like an ice princess and stuff. They were going to do something kind of like that with the original Matterhorn ride in Disneyland. So I was thinking, wouldn't it be really cool to, like, I don't know where they would put it. I mean, like, they just did the Fantasyland expansion, but maybe they could add a Matterhorn in Fantasyland off like to the side or something like that. There's land. If you look at an aerial view of Magic Kingdom, there's land like in the back. They could have stuck a mountain back there. I was thinking, why not another mountain range in the Magic Kingdom? Bring the Matterhorn to Disney World, but don't make it the same as the Disneyland. Make it, what you originally intended. Make it the original Matterhorn, with the Ice Princess that you originally intended to do in Disneyland. That would have been cool. That would have been neat. They could have made this big thing about it. Everybody would have loved the fact that there's now a Matterhorn type ride in Disney World. Disney World fans would have praised that. Plus, it would have been really historical and cool, and Disney fans love Disney history, so it would have been awesome for that. It would have been the original, Disney ride in Disney World. That would have been really cool, not destroying a fantastic, great ride to throw in, some Frozen for the kiddies. That's a shame. So Disney's been doing this a lot lately. They've been kind of just going like one step forward, two steps back, it seems. Disney has done a lot of good stuff. The Fantasyland expansion was good, but there were things that they could have, done differently, I think. They took one step forward with the new Fantasyland expansion, then took two steps back by like some of the things they did with it. Avatar Land is going to be just it's going to be beautiful. I've seen sketches and renderings of what it's going to look like. It's going to be amazing, but it's stupid. It's the dumbest idea I ever heard in my entire life. Avatar Land at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Why? What the hell are you thinking? First of all, Avatar is not a Disney product. I'm not going to go off too much on tangent on this. I could go off for like an hour talking about how stupid Avatar Land is going to be. But it's not a Disney product, so why the hell are you bringing it to there? And what the hell does it have to do with Animal Planet? Or Animal Kingdom? Nothing whatsoever. It's done. What they should do with that section is what they initially intended to do with that section was a whole section of Fantasyland based on like mythological creatures. That's what they should still do. That'd be cool. Plus, it would make more sense because when you go to the Animal Kingdom, I might have mentioned this already. When you go to Animal Kingdom, on like all their logos and like big signs and stuff, you see like dragons. Dragons make no sense when you see them all over the place in Animal Kingdom because there's no like dragon section of dragons aren't represented in the Animal Kingdom. They were supposed to be in like the whole like fantasy mythological creature section, but they never built that section. So that's what they should do there. They should just do what they were originally going to do. That'd be really cool. Get a whole awesome section of the park based on like mythological creatures and stuff. They could put cool rides in there, cool attractions. It'd be pretty awesome. But no, instead they're going to do Avatar Land, which makes no sense because the movie Avatar is already like out of people's minds. They're going to correspond the opening of that with the opening of this the Avatar sequel, which the Avatar sequel is going to be like big for like a couple weeks, and then everybody's going to forget about it. Because Avatar was, it was a huge hit. It was the all-time biggest grossing movie of all time. It was a big hit, but really it was a big hit just based on the animation because the story kind of sucked. Although, fittingly, the story is just basically Disney's Pocahontas. Watch Avatar and then watch Disney's Pocahontas. They're the same damn movie. So, I guess maybe kind of fitting they're bringing it to Disney. But, yeah, the movie kind of sucked. Well, I won't say sucked. It was just mediocre. The story was just mediocre. But it had really, really, really great CGI. And that was the big thing. That's why everybody went to go see it. And then it was out of theaters. People like were kind of still talking about it a little bit. Blu-ray came out. People were still talking about it some. And now, like, nobody talks about Avatar anymore. And same thing's going to happen when Avatar 2 comes out. People are going to talk about it, why it's out. And it's going to be talked about even less than the first movie was talked about. And it's going to die off. So why is Disney doing this? Because they're idiots. What they should be doing would make well, I'll tell you why they're doing it, because they're doing it because they want to try to make their own basically like Harry Potter world, because Harry Potter World and Universal is like doing really big right now, like making a ton of money. They want to do their own basically Harry Potter, like World of Harry Potter. That's what they want to do. at Disney. But what they should do, what would make a million, billion, zillion dollars and as much sense as you can possibly do, would be build a Star Wars land. I hear I still hear it's a rumor. Like, I hear people say it's going to happen. Other people are saying, well, it's not yet. So who knows what's going to happen with Star Wars land, but that's what they should do. You want to make a ton of money, build a Star Wars land. There's a lot of people out there who like Harry Potter, but there's a hell of a lot more people out there who like Star Wars, and Star Wars is now Disney. Disney owns Star Wars. You own the rights to it. You own all the characters. Build the damn land. People from everywhere are going to want to come to see this. I mean, don't build it in Animal Kingdom. Build it in build it in Disney's Hollywood studios. Build it there. It would be amazing. It'd be the most fantastic thing ever. Like I said, apparently they're going to build it eventually, but why not do it like now? That's where they should be focusing all their money. You want to destroy the world of Harry Potter? Build the world of Star Wars. That'd be so cool. Anyway, like I said, I'm sorry. I said I wasn't going to go off on a tangent. I think I just did. But that's, like I said, with Disney recently, it's been one step forward, two steps back. It's just a shame. So hopefully they'll figure things out. And yeah, again, I know I've been talking way too long about this now, but again, just wanted to kind of talk about it. It's the big news right now. All the Disney nuts out there, all the Disney websites and Facebook pages and blogs and everything. Everybody's freaking out over the new Frozen ride, and it's, I'd say 90% hate. 90% F Disney for getting rid of Maelstrom and putting a Frozen ride in there. People think it makes no sense, which I completely agree, and that it kills the spirits of Epcot, it kills the spirit of the World Showcase. I 100% agree about that. You're not going to go to Norway anymore and learn about Norway. You're not going to learn about the culture and the history of Norway. No, you're going to go and ride a fantasy ride that should be a Magic Kingdom. You're going to ride a Magic Kingdom ride in Norway. It makes no sense. So yeah, that's the big thing everybody's just talking about right now. So I thought I'd throw in my 2 cents and say that I completely agree. Though the other 10% people who are like, Frozen ride, cool. People who don't really care about the history and the what Epcot means and what the World Showcase means and the spirit of the World Showcase. People just don't care about that and want a Frozen ride and love the movie. People, that's the other 10%. So anyway, it is what it is. And unfortunately, I won't get to ride it one last time. My last ride was last year. I rode it a couple times last year. I ride a couple times every time I go down. But had I known it's going to be my last time, I certainly would have rode it a lot more. And unfortunately, that was it. That was my last time riding it. And I will not get to do it again this year, which is a shame. Next year when I go down, it's going to be blocked off because the Frozen ride opens in 2016. So in 2015 when I go down, there's going to probably be a big fence up there. That's a shame. I'll have to take some pictures of it for you guys. Maybe do a daily sickness video next year out front of the old Maelstrom ride and just talk about it a little bit. I don't know. Talk about my lovely memories of such a fantastic ride that is no longer there. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Just again, I wanted to give my 2 cents, say what my thoughts on it are, and also say that hey, if this is the way Disney's going to go, then maybe they should go all out. Maybe they should just turn the World Showcase into something more fantasy. If that's what they're going to do. Because right now, it just seems really weird to have 2 fantasy rides that no longer teach you about the history of the countries they're located in, whereas all the other attractions do. It just seems really weird now. There's not an even balance. It seems really, really off. So hey, I say either go all out, make it all fantasy, make it all fun, add fun fantasy attractions to every single country, or go back to what it should be. I'd rather them go back to what it should be, but if they're not going to do that, then you might as well just go all out. So anyway, I'm going to shut up now. That was my 2 cents on it. Leave comments below if you're a big fan of Disney World, if you've ridden the Maelstrom ride. Give me your thoughts. I want to hear what your thoughts are. Do you like this idea? Do you not like this idea? Do you hate the idea of Disney destroying this classic ride that teaches you the history of Norway, to just bringing more kids to the park? Is that what you want? Again, leave comments below. I want to hear your thoughts on what Disney's doing to the World Showcase. So anyway, guys, that is it. Yes, I just talked about for 25 minutes. It's probably like one of my longest jelly sickness videos yet. But it's one of my passions. Like I said, my first passion would be movies and collecting movies. My second passion is Disney World. I absolutely love it down there. I'm the happiest down there that I am anywhere in my entire life. I could live there and just die happy. In fact, I hope the day I do kill over and pass away, I hope I'm in Disney when that day happens. That'd be That'd be the greatest way for me to possibly go, in my opinion. Possibly riding the Haunted Mansion. I want to die in the Haunted Mansion. They always say, you know, there's 999 ghosts, but there's room for one more. I want to be that one more. I want to be the 1,000th ghost who haunts the Haunted Mansion. That'd be awesome. So anyway, all right, guys, that is it. So happy Sunday to all of you. Yes, the weekend's over, but I hope you had a great weekend, and hope you guys have a great week coming ahead. So anyway, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Like I always say, if you like this video, please give me a like. If you're not already subbed, please do. And if you're not already over at cinemasickness.com, head on over there. Check it out. There's a lot more to see there than just these videos. All kinds of things, up-to-date information on what I'm doing. I'm always posting pictures and blocking stuff, putting all kinds of cool stuff over at cinemasickness.com. Lots of stuff on deals that I'm finding. If I find good deals, I immediately post about them. Also, if you like my videos, definitely check out the videos from Team Sickness as well. A lot of great stuff from those guys and gals. And of course, while there, be sure to click on the merchandise tab and purchase yourself a Cinema Sickness sticker, a Cinema Sickness button, or a Cinema Sickness t-shirt. I think I showed you this one in yesterday's video as well, but purchase one of these. I really would appreciate it. There's 6 designs to choose from. You don't have to get this one. There's 6 other designs. And of course, you can find links to all my social media sites, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everything. It is there at cinemasickness.com. So anyway, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching again. Leave comments down below. I want to hear your thoughts on what Disney's doing to the Maelstrom and what Disney's doing just to the World Showcase in general. I want to hear your thoughts. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.